Almost 24 hours. I've been up for 24 hours.
Boston, including a day trip to Salem and a day trip to Concord. We're staying up with one of my friends from high school. Today, the trains, the power went out. We're like an hour into our journey, and all of a sudden, they're like, we're gonna be stuck here for a hot minute. It's slowly getting hotter because there's no AC.
We had to get another train to come and push us.
Anyway, just getting ready. We left from Newark Penn Station. We had to book this like 2 months in advance. It's about 5 hours. For us, it'll be like, or like 6 hours.
It's like 7.
Hello.
Hello. We've been on this train for so long.
It's been since 8 in the morning.
And we had to get up at 6. We left at the 7:15.
Now it's like 1.
It's almost 2.
Look how close that is.
What is that? We're wandering around the library, public library.
Where's the library? We're wondering where the library.
We're wandering the library. We're wandering the library.
It's my face fully transformed. Look.
Eyebrows that go up as well.
It's like the cheeks. You can't do it as well. I feel like can't compete. Can't you? Chloe than me.
Finally made it to the main part of Boston. We arrived after our 9-hour journey. We dropped off our stuff. We had a little rejuvenation with pizza. Then I had a coffee. It's literally so hot here. You would think from New Jersey, 5 hours allegedly by train south would be so much hotter than this, but this is like so hot. We're still gonna be able to see a bunch of stuff. We don't want to waste the day away. The first thing on our itinerary was initially to go to the north end where they have a bunch of Italian restaurants, but the place I wanted to go to, which had like really cheap pizza, closed at 3. So we went to a different place. Now we're here at the Boston Public Library. For anyone who cares, this library was made in 1848 and it was the first free public municipal library in the United States. And it's so pretty. Everything is just like a museum and it's just for free.
Or more.
Guys, more and more.
You went back.
Oh!
Let's do it.
Yeah.
The pictures are there.
I dare you to do a jig.
I just want to do another move.
Oh, okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh! Yeah, that was so good. It's a little bit later in the day. We were walking around Newbury Street, which is in the Back Bay area here in Boston, and it's all really cute shops and restaurants. It's like an expensive part of the city. All of last week when we were in New York, we were trying to get into Brandy. Every single time there was a huge line, and then finally we're here and we found a Brandy, and we were like, oh my god, let's go in, there's no line. And the guy, literally a bouncer at every single one that we've been to, the bouncer was like, no, we're closed. That's why there wasn't a line. So maybe we'll try again tomorrow. But anyway, we're here at the Boston Public Gardens. It's literally like right next to Newbury Street, which is really nice. And there are literally mopping willows and a pond and ducks, and everyone's sitting in the grass, and it's so nice. We're gonna chill here for a bit and then head back to my friend's flat or apartment. I guess we're in the US now. We're gonna eat dinner there.
It is really, really, really hot. More hot than New York or New Jersey. We think it might be because it's gonna rain, so it's like waiting to split the heat, but
Because it's like muggy.
It's so hot. You're fanning the whole air. It's thick. It's not sunny like it was in
it's thick.
New York.
It's thick and sticky. It's better than Scotland. I'm okay.
These squirrels are crazy.
They're like, oh my god, that one's far too close for comfort.
The squirrels in Boston are kind of weird.
They're kind of like the ones in Botanic Gardens though.
game ever, so I'm really excited to be here because there's things like that are just from the game. And in the game, you can go down into some of those and there's like vaults underneath the ground, stuff like that, and a bunch of enemies that you have to kill. I think in Boston Commons, there's like this big huge monster thing that's like a boss fight, so I can't stop thinking about that while we're walking through. I really think from far away that statue looks like a guy trying to suck his own dick.
Person who died for their country, land, sea, in the war. This is for men who died in the war. I knew he was giving army.
This is the one I would pick. We're walking through the Boston Commons and like that's a guy in a pilgrim suit. We have the girl in the pilgrim suit. I think they're doing like tours. I've never seen so many people in pilgrims costumes all in one area. It's day 2 in Boston. We spent the night last night eating dinner and then playing video games with some of my friends. But this morning we woke up before all of our alarms. So we were like, let's just start the day. Instead of starting out with the Boston Tea Party Museum, which is what we had first thing booked at 10 a.m., we went to the Boston Commons, which is a public park. We had a Dunkin'. Right now, we're standing outside the Boston Tea Party Museum. Apparently it's really good. One of my friends from high school said that she went 3 times. So I'll see if it's actually good or not. You're walking by Summer Street. That's pretty much from the Commons to the museum. And there are a lot of like cute shops. There's a Primark there for some reason, which is like popular in the UK. Like why do they have one here in Boston? It was random, but I'm like dying in this heat. The heat in Boston has been like the worst. I think this week is just really bad.
Boston Harbor are 3 vessels, the Eleanor, Dartmouth, and Beaver. Their hulls are bursting with 340 crates of East India Company tea. Under the law, each vessel has 20 days to offload their cargo and then pay the duty or the tax on the tea. And tomorrow is the 20th and final day for the Dartmouth. This is your final chance to sway these events in our favor.
You are here to cast off the yoke of tyranny. Say aye! You are here to be captured and arrested for treason. Say aye!
Hi! We're at the museum and at the end you get to try all of the teas. So we're gonna try the first one, it's singular. I think so. Yeah. Pretty good, pretty standard.
Pretty cool.
Next is the green tea, this is stronger.
Yeah.
I like that one better. Next is the woohee or the black tea. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. Next is the kongu, which has a hint of unsweetened apple apparently, which is also just black tea.
That's boiling.
That was so hot.
Can you even taste it?
I can taste it.
Whoa, lost all the taste buds on my tongue.
Yeah, me too. Last one is souchong, which is really smoky and you can smell the smoke, and I really like it, but
I don't like the smell of it.
ooh, that's good. Ooh, I like that.
It's like tea mixed with gunpowder.
How would you rate this experience?
I would rate it 7 or 8 out of 10. Appreciated the commitment, the outfits and the accents. I thought it was going to be a museum where we just walked about read off.
Yeah.
And when we came in and we sat down, this girl was in costume. Oh wait, we got given cards as well. I was Henry Prentice, a young merchant who took a stand, joined the other merchants in resisting the monopoly of the East India Company. It was like roleplay, which I kind of enjoyed. It was a bit different than just reading off of.
Yeah.
The thing is, because it was outside, it was so hot.
I think I would give it like a 9 out of 10. It's cute, the little like ship that you can walk on, so I still don't know if that's the original ship.
We'll look it up.
Either way, it was fun and the acting was really good.
I was a blacksmith and I was a veteran of the French and Indian War. What also was fun is that you got to throw the big thing of tea overboard. It was very interactive. We booked in advance, which is why we started off the day doing this rather than ending off the day doing this from the Freedom Trail. I would highly recommend.
The British are coming! Oh wait, no, they don't have a British accent. The British are coming!
British are coming! British are coming!
What? The British are coming!
Okay, so we're in this place called Flower, which is really close to the ship, and we're gonna try Boston cream pie. I've never had it before, but it's a staple. Looks pretty good.
Rating out of 10?
I give it like an 8. It's actually really good.
Zoe?
I'm not sure.
Give it some time to marinate.
I'm unsure about the rest. It's
You like it? How would you rate it?
8 out of 10.
How did you rate it?
Something.
It reminds me of something as well. I can't think of what it is. It's quite layers of like cream, so if you don't like cream, like the chocolate on the top.
We got off the subway. We're following the Freedom Trail, just a red line, and we're gonna see all the main sites. We're here at the State House, and we're just gonna do this for the rest of the day and see where it takes us. It's really helpful though with the red line.
Maybe we should all get matching ones.
This is the accent. Like you're pissing your pants. We get pizza. We get smart. So cool for British rule.
Here's the old State House where Declaration of Independence was read out for the first time.
Thank you, Arctic Cherry. Thanking you.
The next site on the Freedom Trail is Faneuil Hall, which was made in 1742 as a gift from Peter Faneuil. It served as a meeting house and marketplace, so we're gonna see if they have bathrooms because we're like dying.
I've been trying to find a magnet all over that isn't expensive and massive. So if you go into Walgreens, they have nice magnets that are cheaper than in the souvenir shops.
Scotland. You're doing a jig. So Quincy Market is really popular for food. Now we're walking to the Revere house.
We're walking to our next destination, but the trails disappeared. I don't know if it's us or if it's just like all over the place, but I'm like really confused. There's no red line to be found.
The line has returned. To Paul Revere's house. I don't think we're gonna go in. It looks too long of a line. But this area is really nice. There's Paul Revere again.
It's 3 p.m. We're sitting by Paul Revere statue because there's some shade over here. The heat's really getting to us. This is not for the weak. It's gonna storm later, so that's definitely it, but like...
Molasses flood I saw on TikTok, so I was like, okay, we have to come and see it and test it because everyone says that the air here still smells of molasses in the summer, and this is the site of the flood which killed 21 people of molasses. I think it moved to like 56 kilometers an hour. We can't decide though if the air does smell like molasses or not.
I think it smells sweet.
We just stopped by for a very late lunch at this place called Ducali. It's in the north end. It was really good, and it's after Coops Hill graveyard on the way to the USS Constitution, which is a really famous ship, past this bridge. So it's a good like halfway point between that part of the trail. So yeah, we're gonna continue on and then we'll probably head home before the storm.
That's the last of the stop. It's the Bunker Hill Monument, but we're gonna head home because we can see it from here and it's really hot.
The ship was free to go into, so that was nice.
Please bring ID.
And they check your bags. We're heading back. We're gonna take showers and chillax for a moment. A day trip to Concord, Massachusetts, where we're visiting the Louise May Alcott Orchard House, where she wrote Little Women and where Little Women takes place. I love Little Women so much, it's literally the best. We did a tour and they were saying that most of the book was based on her real life and that every single one of her sisters was a character from the book. And we got to see Amy's or May real life, her drawings and paintings, and then where Beth, which is what her actual sister's name was, where she played the piano. And I actually didn't know that Louise May Alcott was a nurse during the Civil War. Instead of her dad going off to fight, it was her who went off and she got really, really sick. She had typhoid and pneumonia, and then she came back to the house. But they were really drilling in, which I thought was really funny, that her dad was a complete bum and that she was making all the money in the family, and every one of the girls had more than one job and they were the breadwinners. Also, I didn't know that her dad and like her family were best friends with really famous transcendentalists like Henry David Thoreau, Ralph Waldo Emerson. I definitely recommend this. It was $12 for a student ticket. We booked in advance. It's not like it's popping or anything, but I guess I would recommend booking it in advance just in case.
In the house, there was a lot of original things that were used by the sisters and by Louisa herself. There was like blankets that their mum had crocheted herself, just laid out. And you are asked not to touch things or take pictures of things, but you're literally pretty much just walking about their house as though they've just went out. Some of the rooms really look like the new film, especially the bit where they do the costumes and their little shows. There's like this big sort of arch where they would hang up a curtain and then run upstairs and change their costumes. You can see the original costumes as well sitting in a little box.
Yeah.
But we watched this like film thing at the beginning that was meant to be of Louisa.
Yeah, but like from like the 90s.
It was like this actress pretending to be her, and she was like really old, but she came up to the door and was like, "Oh, mother's not home." It's like a 70-year-old old woman.
Yeah, and it was long. So I was
Always
kind of
long.
sitting there like,
It was like 25 minutes long.
we kind of thought that we were watching that and then they'd be like, right, okay, bye guys.
The only things that was thrown me off is I couldn't tell what was real, like authentic from time and what wasn't.
They kept hammering home that they were poor before Louise's book blew up. And obviously in the book, they are like, oh, we're poor, we can't really afford much. Look at the size of that house.
Bruh.
And their dad had like an extension that he rolled down on some
and he was
logs,
unemployed.
smacked on the back of the house.
It's because of their rich friends, their rich transcendentalist friends that
Yeah.
lent them money.
Who she wanted to kiss.
Who she wanted to kiss, apparently.
I mean, everybody was walking about like, is this a poor
People were asking like,
or-
I don't know.
Remember in the book
Good
where it's
size.
like for Christmas or something, I think they got new shoes. But I was walking through and I've like, you've got two pianos.
So
Piano.
keep your hair, sell a piano.
Yeah.
Look at these nice young fellas.
It's
300.
392.
Oh, whoa.
I have some very important business to attend to. Nuts to crack. About time.
It's day 4 and today is our day walking around Salem. It's raining really hard though, so we're trying to do like all the inside stuff first. Usually people follow the red line across the entire town, but we're just gonna do the inside stuff first. We started out at the Witch or Corwin House, which was really, really cool. It was $12 for normal admission, but since we're students, it was $11 and we just paid up front. It wasn't a guided tour, which I actually like better. We learned all about the witch trials and Corwin, who was a magistrate and judge during the witch trials. 150 women were accused, 25 women were murdered in 1692. We learned all about the time period and how kind of crazy these people were. For example, they would drink blood to cure diseases, or they would have corpses of bodies lied out for days so that moss would grow on the skulls, and then they would put the moss up their noses to stop bleeding. I guess that's just Puritans for you.
I would say it was a little bit small. There was 5 rooms maybe that
Yeah.
you could go into, and when you look at the size of the house, there's definitely more rooms than that. But for the price, it was only $11, so it wasn't so bad. But I do think there could have been a little bit more to see in the house. I don't think we spent that much time in it.
Yeah. But also the font size was too small. I was like,
Yeah, I kept having to bend down.
my bag was falling off and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Just dripping water absolutely everywhere.
The next thing that we did was the Witch Dungeon Museum, which cost us 13 bucks. When I was Googling an itinerary for the day, this was the main thing. Like, people were like, do not go to the other museums. They're not worth it, but this is worth it.
So you go in and you watch a little performance that's narrated by someone. It was just, she seemed quite nervous and it sort of felt like a high school play. The mannequins as well looked ridiculous, and you went down into this sort of like basement, which is where they had the dungeons for the witch trials, and she continued to sort of narrate.
Any of the others would have been executed by hangings, but Giles was instead pressed under large stones.
And then you could look in at the weird looking mannequins. They were so creepy.
And even the real dungeons were just like,
No,
Yeah.
just like the acting, the budget of it is so not good.
They reenacted a trial, which was fun, but it was like just kind of awkward.
It was cute, but I wouldn't pay for it. And everyone online saying it's the best thing ever. But they had in this trial, right, it was literally just these 2 women arguing about whether one of them was a witch or not. They wouldn't have let a woman speak that long. But I honestly don't think they have any male cast members to be like the judge, or
They
it
had
was
2
just
people.
like figures like this in the background. So yeah.
So yeah.
We're walking walking to our next thing that's on our list. On the way here, we're walking down Essex Street, which is like the main street of Salem, and we find like this mall to walk into, and we're like, probably use the bathroom here and warm up a bit. So we get in, we finally make it to the bathroom, and it's locked. Specifically, the women's toilet is locked, and we're like, wait, what? Oh my god, in real time. Anyway, we were trying to look for a bathroom. Every single store and all of the museums that we've been in so far don't have bathrooms for some reason. We even noticed this in Boston. This whole state is literally just anti-bathroom for some reason. I don't know why. People gotta go. Let's open. Anyway, we're gonna go do that now. Getting windy. We waited out the rain by coming to the House of the Seven Gables, which was actually really, really cool. We paid $20 to get in, and you get to see all the gardens, and you get a tour of the actual house where the book takes place in. It's essentially a book written by Nathaniel Hawthorne, and you get to see his birthplace too. And he's the guy who also wrote The Scarlet Letter, which is something that every kid in an American school system is forced to read, and it's really boring. The lady giving the tour was one of the sweetest people ever, and I just wanted to like sit and listen to her soothing voice all day long.
If you're into history, I think you would really like it. I didn't know the first thing about it. I'd heard of Anne of the Green Gables, and I was like, okay. You sort of go around each room, and she explains the origins of the things within the house and the objects and paintings and who's in the paintings. So if you like history, then you'll like this.
Now we're going to America's oldest candy company. First commercially sold candy.
I got myself some Gibraltars, which is, like I said, the first commercially made candy in the US. Here's what it looks like. It smells kind of like peppermint. Oh my god, wait! In some restaurants they have like little squares of these. I've totally tried this before. I also got some chocolate.
You'll actually know what this is.
Oh yeah, it's like mint.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
they hand it out at
It's yummy.
restaurants.
Fortune. The smallest good deed is better than the grandest intention.
First Scottish person to ever dance under the Washington Arch. Second Scottish person. Hey, 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 go, 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 hey, hey.
What? You made eye contact.
Final day here in Boston, or in Massachusetts. We spent the morning going to the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, and it's so beautiful. They have like a palace part, they call it, and it's just a little courtyard, and they designed it in like a Renaissance-esque style. Isabella Stewart's collection from pieces all over the world. Apparently, a lot of the artworks in there were stolen in like the 90s. We booked it in advance. I would definitely recommend.
No, it's a squirrel.
subway up to Beacon Hill, and it's like this whole area. It's a lot of brownstones and cool shops, and it's like a very, very nice area in Boston. Really beautiful. We're literally just walking around before we have to catch our train back to New Jersey. So sad. The trip is over. We're gonna have a good end of the day. Yes, yes, yes. Cheers. Okay, market. It's Friday. Okay, so market's the Boston Commons on Friday. Taste test slushies from 7-Eleven. Good, good.
That is very nice indeed.
Today is 7-Eleven, so we got a free slushie from 7-Eleven.
I like the red one the most, but blue is also really nice.
Yeah.
It's good.